He diagnosed me immediately with schizophrenia, mild schizophrenia. And that's what we started the journey with that.
Did the medication change?
So he changed the medication. Yes. Now he started with a medication which he thinks was appropriate for schizophrenic. And we started walking that journey all the way from 97, 98, all the way. New drugs come in the market, he tries them on me. They backfire.
What happens when they backfire?
I start stammering. I remember that day I was at a relapse, and he gave me this new medicine. And when I went on to see him, and he gave me new medication. And when I went to stay with my brother, then I'm not sleeping. I'm feeling nauseated. Then my brother told me, "Hey, let's go try again. We could talk to the doctor." When the room is crowded, he calls me. Even when I've just entered, I skipped a line because he loved me a lot. And he'd ask me, "What's going on? How are you doing?" So I start talking about how I'm stammering. Hey, he told me, come into my emergency, into the ER room, and immediately gave me a sleeping injection, and I fall asleep. I fell asleep, and he detoxed me.
Hi everyone, karibuni sana. Welcome to Ready to Mingle. My name is Rukenya.
I am Brian Rukenya.
Welcome to our channel. I know the channel is called Rukenya.
Yeah.
But our podcast is Ready to Mingle. Yeah. And we have many other things that we do here on the channel. That's why we've not named it Ready to Mingle. It's Rukenya because there are many things that we do apart from the podcast. So it's a ministry channel for the Rukenyas and also for me, because I come here, sometimes I post videos alone, I speak to single moms, I bring in guests, we talk about marriage, we talk about while you wait for single and searching ladies, senior ladies sometimes. So it really depends. So there's a lot that we do here. So it's a ministry channel. So be sure to plug in, subscribe, invite friends. This is a channel that you can come to be edified, to be encouraged, to be charged up and rebuked. Sometimes we rebuke you. We rebuke you. So here today we are going to be talking about mental health challenges that people encounter, and some enter with those challenges in marriages and how they affect marriage relationships. So,
yes, maybe.
Yeah.
And so we're talking about from experience, and also what you have gone through in school. You do mental health in school.
Yeah.
From experience, because I have been on I've had a journey through mental health personally.
Yeah.
And so yes, we experience it in our marriage personally, and even intellectually from what you learn from school.
Yeah.
Yes.
So from school, because I am a chaplain and also a chaplain student. So some of these things, lots of them we learn from school. I remember our last unit, and I shared a TikTok about it, and I was talking about some of the disorders we've been learning, mental health disorders, that when you see them, you actually don't even think this person has a disorder.
No, you don't.
Like one of which is, let me read for you one disorder that you may not know that it's a disorder. There are some that begin when somebody is young, like for children. I want to bring you into one of the ones that begin at a young age. DMDD. It's called DMDD. It's a disruptive mood disorder. Okay. It is a mental health condition diagnosed in children and adolescents, and it is marked by these two things: chronic irritability or anger. And it is also marked by frequent, intense temper outbursts. So you would ask yourself, but small children, temper outbursts are normal. But these symptoms are more severe than ordinary mood swings. Okay, or tantrums.
Okay.
They significantly impact a child's home life, number one. They impact their school life or performance. They also impact peer relationships. Okay. They often require mental health care and increasing the risk for future anxiety and depression. So note that this person, it begins from the age of 6 to 10.
Yeah.
So between the age of 6 to 10, you will start seeing anger outbursts happening with your child. But in order for it to be diagnosed as a DMDD, it needs to be present for at least 12 months or more.
Oh, okay.
You don't see an anger outburst once and think, oh my God, my child has a disorder.
That's be 12 months, up to 12 months.
Up to 12 months. And you need to see these signs like 3 months consecutively.
Okay.
These signs. So it will appear in more settings than one.
Okay.
Because there are children who only have outbursts at home or when the mother is there.
Okay.
Or when the father is present. But when they go to school, they are perfect. When they go to play outside, they are perfect. They are the best.
Okay.
Yeah, but when they are with their parents, they behave a certain way. So you cannot say that child has a disorder.
Okay.
Probably it's a discipline issue.
A discipline issue.
Yeah, but when there's you're seeing a pattern in all settings, then it calls for alarm.
3 months and above.
Yeah, at least 3 months and above.
Just continued for 3 months.
Yes, and at least 3 times a week.
Okay.
You're seeing, like, for example, you tell a child, they're probably playing a game or they're on their phone. And then you tell them, enough, it's time to go do your homework. Just put your phone aside. You know, all children will be like, 1 more minute. Oh, let me just finish this game. You know, there's always an excuse. Yeah. They always want a few more minutes to be with their phone. Normally, that's what most of them will do. Just give me 1 more minute. Let me just finish this video. Yeah. And then after that,
pause.
Yeah, I cannot pause this game, teenagers. I cannot pause this game, dad or mom. And so, you know, they'll bargain. That's a normal child.
Yeah.
But a child who has a disorder will scream, start kicking, throw tantrums, and, you know, behave in a manner that, oh my God, how they are reacting to my request to put the phone away is not proportional to the request. Like it's beyond.
It looks like something more deeper than that.
Yes. From outside, somebody will think
you pinched them or you slapped them. Or
Yes. So some of these things, like now this is a child who is behaving in this way. You're seeing these signs and it's happening frequently. And the teacher is also telling you, hey, there's something wrong. When I tell your child this, stop speaking, you know, stop eating your pen, you know, small things, there's an outburst. So if you're seeing that also outside when they're playing with other children or with their siblings, it may mean that there is an issue and you need to seek go see a mental health practitioner. Because these signs ignored now will grow into anxiety and depression. Because now a teenager will not throw tantrums.
Okay.
But he will withdraw.
Okay.
He will, you know, stop talking. He will close himself in the room. It will show as something else. So imagine that child coming up like that. Those signs were ignored. This person is okay in other settings, but how they deal with anger, how they deal with pressure affects them. And this person grows up and you get married to them.
Okay.
You're getting married to a person who is good, everything is okay, apart from anger issues.
Anger issue.
Probably it's something that started when they were young. You know, so I said that to say that we cannot ignore mental health with our children and also with our spouses. And also with ourselves. If you're noticing something, something off, it can develop even in adulthood.
Ask me.
And there are many ways that mental health issues can develop.
Yes.
Probably it's post-traumatic stress disorder, or
is it induced substance abuse?
Yes. And now we come now to you.
So that my story is I discovered this when I didn't know I had an issue. I know one time when I was informed to, my mom took me to a psychologist. But I was not seeing the point why she's taking me to a psychologist. And we sat with her there and the questions we have been asked and I was answering them. I'm not seeing why am I being taken to a psychologist. But I look back and I see her tendencies of attaching myself to wrong groups of students who I'd smoke with, I'd want to sneak out of school, wayward behaviors. But I didn't see it like it was an issue. Everyone was doing it. I mean, that was the peer influence at that time. So mom took me for the first time, she took me to a psychologist, and we sat down and I answered questions. And I remember the questions were feeling, I was agitated. I was feeling irritated. And we left.
So now, because of that, the feelings of irritation, were they trying to find out whether there was an underlying issue?
Do you remember? I don't know. Just the questions I remember. The particular question I remember particularly was, do you think your mom has has enough money? I said, yes, I think she has enough money. That time she was running a business, and it was doing well. I said, yes. And do you think they don't give you enough money? I said, yes, I think they don't give you enough money. That's the question I remember, that question. The rest, but the questions kept coming and I felt irritated. I didn't want to answer them, but I had to answer them.
It's like they were accusatory.
Yeah, I mean, it's personal. Yeah, no personal questions. Why do you want me to answer personal questions? Yeah, those questions which now you ask me in the marriage, I tell you nothing. You know, those things that, why do you think I'm thinking that way? Why? Is it because I've been quiet? That's why I'm thinking.
So like when you're quiet and I'm like, what are you thinking? And you say nothing.
Yeah. I'm quiet to you, guessing I must be thinking of somebody outside there. And then you're like, tell me who it is. So, yes, they have an answer, but it's irritating in the first place. You're getting into my space. Yeah. So that was the feeling. That's the last time. Then fast forward, go to campus, out of the country, and life changes. Now there's freedom. Nobody's looking after you. Nobody's monitoring you. I'm there with my big brother. But then I break out and get into substance abuse, heavy drinking and heavy smoking of weed, and for one full good year.
What was the frequency like?
The drinking, it was daily, from 8 a.m. to in the night. Because the requirement for you to attend class was, I think, 20%. That was enough for them to say you have attended. So the whole of the year and it's out of the country, and it was one of those countries where we were many Kenyans, and so parties would be everywhere. Every night there'll be a house party somewhere. So you're looking for them, you're riding around on motorbikes looking for those house parties, and you must get them. So every night. But us guys used to wake up in the morning and we arrange our day. We make sure we have supply. Yeah. So
supply of alcohol.
Alcohol and weed. That's how we started our day. Yeah. So we do that every day. Yeah. Every day. We didn't know a day of soberness. And if you're sober, you're sober, but you're in bed sleeping. Doing nothing else. I may be going to the shop or to the gym, that's all. So it's just a routine. It was crazy, a routine. There's nothing occupying you. You don't have to study. We used to study, I think we used to study because those exams in March. So people would wait until Valentine's Day. That would be the last house party. I know Valentine's used to throw now a party for the old Kenyans. So after that 14th, now people disappear in the streets. You don't see people because exams are in 2 weeks' time. And that's how people used to know how to behave. So class would be you appear, I think, 2 weeks in that semester.
What?
Yeah.
Were there people who were not indulging?
Yes, of course there were. People who they went there for studying.
Well, what was the percentage of the people who would indulge? The bigger percentage?
It's a bigger percentage, of course.
Okay.
Anyone who can take alcohol or indulging.
And all of them were abusing every day?
Yes, not every day. None of us were doing, were involved in other things. Maybe you play card games, you play games. I mean, just do anything else. Visit with a friend, start dating. Yeah, so if you had a life, That would be okay. Yeah, but for me, I think we just went all out. Yeah, it was just a party after party, smoking after smoking every time, and that was it. So the smoking was too much because it was chain smoking. Yeah, and then
chain smoking, weed.
Yes.
And cigarettes.
Yeah, of course, part of it. So that was I didn't know until a part when even the guys I was indulging with, they'll tell me, stop this thing. It's not good for you. Yeah, the people who were indulging, they tell you, wow, they see you because I went silent. I will not talk. You'll never hear me talk. We drink with you, we smoke with you, but I'm silent. I'm quiet.
But when you started, you were not like that.
No, when I started,
you were actively speaking.
Active, bubbly and all that. Yeah, I think it was heavy on me. I'm not built for that. I didn't know what was happening, but I was unruly, especially when I drink. I became unruly. I would fight and do all that. Yes, I would be silent, but I would be part of the activities. I will not leave me in the house. Not that I'm depressed. I want to stay in the house. No. Yeah, people are dressing up. I'm dressing up. We're into tuk-tuks. We're into tuk-tuks, and we ride to the next house. I would join parties and do all that. Yeah. So, yeah, but I would be unruly. I would fight. I would want to. Yeah. Basically, just that you feel like there was a thing about feeling that you're in a gang. Yeah, there's that feeling you
feel cool because you're
with the right with a cool gang, in the cool guys, and you're thinking everyone else wants admire these guys, but they can't join them because they don't feel out not fit in. But me, they've accepted me, and so I would join them. So I started living with them. Yeah, I moved out from where we started with my brother. I moved into live with them, this group, and so we became a group. Yeah, so that was the basic life. And I remember I would try. I'll still remember I'm supposed to go to school, so I would try to leave. I would go to school once in a while. I go to class, and I would look for tuition as well. Because I remember first year, that was second year. This was all second year. So first year, I remember I did quite well. I was with my brother, but not much of indulging. But I'd started. Well, I remember when I joined campus, I was at Totola. I wasn't drinking. I was sober. Because I remember from 4, I decided to be sober the whole year so that I can do my studies. Then when I went to campus, I was still sober. But in somewhere, I started drinking again. And then now, that not just occasional, it was social drinking.
Were you unruly when you would drink when you were in high school? Was it the same?
No. High school was different.
It was different.
In high school, you drink maybe on Saturday, opening day, or when it's available, when you sneak out. So no, you're not unruly. Just, it was starting, and so it was fun. I don't remember being unruly in high school, at all. I don't remember. Nowhere I only got unruly when I go to high campus. And especially because now I had that attitude that the cool guys, and who are you guys now? You're trying to get invited into a space. Yeah, and so I picked up a bad habit from there. And then I remember now that happened for a whole year, trying to juggle. Did my exams. I remember I had to I didn't finish. I didn't go through all. I did a whole paper, but I remember immediately I started feeling. I didn't know I was getting sick. Like nobody. Those are days. Now I admire my children when they tell me, "Daddy, I feel depressed."
Yeah.
I'm asking,
what do you mean? Or this thing is traumatizing me.
I'm stressed.
What do you mean?
I never had those vocabularies in me.
Too.
I never. So I'm asking myself, yes. But you see, now I was on substance.
Yeah.
So it numbs you down. Yeah. And I remember at the time I used to nosebleed. Wow. I used to seriously nosebleed for 15 minutes of non-stop until now it goes out. And I would feel some pressure on the side of the head. And that happens, and so, but I didn't stop. Now until now, I discovered, I realized I'm not swallowing my saliva. I'm keeping my saliva in my mouth. And I don't know why I'm doing that. So that's when it was discovered that I was not okay, because my bro would come and ask me, what's wrong with you? Tell me what's going on. And I'm wondering, why are you asking these questions? I don't know. Is there anything wrong with me? And I'm looking for words to tell him. I don't have words.
So that's the thing. When somebody has a disorder, or when they have, a mental disorder, to them, they are normal.
To them, they're normal, and they would want to express that normalness.
But they don't know.
But they don't know how to say
they
it.
They don't know because that's their normal in their brain.
Yeah.
That's why now the people who surround us are supposed to, reach out, like what your brother did.
Yes. Yeah. Because I remember the first thing he told me, do you want to call home? And I said yes. Yeah. So he called home. Yeah, I remember even a funny statement, because I didn't know what to tell him. And I told him, my dad is dead. And that one just from nowhere. That dad is dead. So he calls home and was told, hey, the guy must be sick. Yeah. And then I remember, even when in the next day, I think one of the days I was just in the house alone, and we had a stack of shelves full of clothes. I remember I was removing them. My idea was I wanted to wash all of them. Then my roommate comes and asks me, do you want to see a doctor? I told him yes. I don't want to see a doctor.
So two things. You've said something, like you say that your dad is dead. That just came out from your mouth from nowhere. Yeah. And then you're now removing clothes in the closet the next day that you want to wash
for a few days, yes.
Yeah. So these are signs that you're not okay.
Yes. So he asked, do you want to see a doctor? I said, yeah, I want to see a doctor. And that's when my bro comes, and then he takes me out we see a doctor. Of course, we're seeing a doctor, but I can't even tell. I'm saying, I'm like, there's a funny thing that is there. You don't know what is wrong with you. Others have seen there's something wrong with you. Even me, I'm feeling this. Yes, I wouldn't mind to see how this goes down the line. Can I see a doctor? And when we go to the doctor, I'm meeting like a slump. I don't know what I'll tell the doctor. So I sit down. The doctor asks me, what's hurting you? I'm looking at him. Anything wrong? Are you feeling any pain somewhere? I'm just looking at him. Then he tells me, okay, they get on this table. And then he says, is that painful? Is that painful? And I'm like, no. Then he tells me, step out. No, he didn't give me the medicine. I think it must have told them. He should have told. Everyone was seeing I was either depressed or something. Yeah. Because I remember now that day, we went to a hotel, a restaurant, and we were buying burgers. And I think the Kenyans that were there, my friends are there, they're making fun, they're just joking. I think I snapped and I started weeping. I cried. They couldn't tell me. Then they know you'll get better. So they're like, you'll get better. So yes, I was sick. I was depressed. But I still don't know the word until what is happening to me. So we call home and they ask me, do you want to come? When do you want to come immediately? I said yes. So the next flight I'm planned for. But before that day, I moved from my normal house where I used to live. I moved back to my bro as we prepare for my travel. And that's when I decided to get born again. In the process of just that, a lot of that mixing up. And I get born again, and then I sit again for another week, waiting for the flight. And we plan a day when another Kenyan is traveling, so that I cannot be on my own. Yeah. And we managed to get a lady, and we plan for a Thursday, and they leave the next flight. And so we land. And I remember I landed in Kenya. Oh God, I remember I walked down, those are days when we walked down there from the plane, and we were just walking in that tunnel. And those are the days when people could enter into the airport, they could enter into the facility. And I remember when I just took the turning, and I saw down there my family, my uncles, and they're all waving at me. nobody shows me that, hey boy, you're messed up. You've cut your school short. You've gone and messed your life. Nobody showed me that. And I'm telling you, I just was received. So what do you want to have for lunch? I was taking these Steers was up, was new, came as a new entity. Steers, we went for Steers. That's what do you want, a burger or pizza, anything. Our chicken, and I remember, but I now started eating, but at that time now I was really, really in depression, and even eating was a problem. So they would be patient with me to try to finish a burger. Now fast forward, I think that the same week they now checked me into rehab. Okay, so I'm fortunate enough, and I pray for most people who have mental illness. It's unfortunate that mental treatment is not cheap. The facilities rehabs are not cheap. So where you go matters. Yeah, I was fortunate that my parents could get me to a good rehab, just within the suburbs, the upmarket, and I checked into a rehab, and they treated me quite well. A week of detox. I remember I'm born again, but I remember I started smoking again, but just the cigarettes. One of my roommates was in the rehab. Influenced me.
What did they use to detox you?
Oh, do I know? I don't know.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Something they give you to drink or injection?
No. There was injection and also those tablets.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know what it was. They never tell you, so just take. And for me, it was just a moment of staying in to me, it was like just a holiday. I'm just with other new people. We're sharing a room with another guy. We're sitting in the TV room watching TV. I mean, it was nothing. I mean, it didn't mean a big deal to me. But I was sure I was getting what I wanted. I mean, it was too rightful for me at that point. And I remember after that week, we went for this, what do you call it? After going the next appointment? What do they call it?
Reassessment or
and when you're told to come next week, what do you call it?
Okay, I heard that one.
Yeah, I know when I start losing words, I know then I need my medication. So sometimes, like even now, I know it's due.
Yeah.
So yes, I went for a review. It's called a review.
Review.
So when I went for a review, yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
I went for a review, and that's when we changed. From that review, we decided to change doctors. Yeah.
So let me ask you.
Yeah.
So now this facility is treating you.
Yeah.
Are they telling you what they're treating?
No, they're not telling me.
So they do not give your condition a name, your depression a name. Okay.
This the treatment is it's a good because you see there's therapy.
Yeah.
Group therapy. You get to share together with people. People share into it. I remember me just feeling, man, here I am. I remember even challenging another old man. You're saying he was there because he couldn't keep away from drinking. So I asked him. He was our employee of ABL. So he was telling about how he drinks. So I asked him, so you won't tell me we ask you take you for a drink right now, you don't want one. I was loose. No, to me everything was just a big one, a big fun. This is what I asked them, you didn't take one. Then he started not talking. He gave us a talk of his journey, a whole good hour in that therapy. And I was happy that, it was just a transition. I was in touch with myself, so I had not lost my faculty. I knew what was happening. I could see I need a shower, I go shower, do everything for myself.
Were you involved in the decision of going to the rehab?
No.
You were just taken, you were okay with it?
I was okay with it, yeah. It's from when I was asked by my friend, do you want to see a doctor?
Yeah.
I said yes. That opened a very big realm of my life towards healing.
Okay.
When you don't say you don't think you're okay, you're sick.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
The problem, yeah. So you have to admit.
You have to admit fast, yes.
Admit you have a problem.
Yes. And I'm happy because it was him who asked me. He was one of my heroes. Actually, he's one of my best heroes. To date, I like him. I love him. He's a good friend of mine. I'm happy because he's the one who asked it. Yeah. And I know I said yes because he's the one who asked it. Yeah. If it was somebody else who I resist, maybe I could have told him, why do you think I'm sick? Start arguing. But I'm happy he's the one who asked me.
Yeah.
And I had to give him a straight answer. He was a kind of guy who never used to mince words. So I knew when I was asking, he saw something, he had seen something. Yes. And there's no way he was cheating himself. He was lying to himself that he had seen something. So immediately I said yes. And that opened a very big door. It opened the very big door of go towards healing.
So it opened a door for you towards healing.
Yeah, so so we changed doctors. We felt my mom had a very big role to play. She's a medic, so she accompanied me to most of the reviews, and she felt the kind of attention I was receiving from this doctor, current doctor. She thought she was thinking of somebody who would give me a good talk, keep talking, somebody would engage me in a conversation. But this doctor, basically his role, he's good at medication, at diagnosis and medicating. For him, a session would last 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes a lot, 3 minutes. Yes. He looks at you, asks you, oh, so we're okay, eh? We continue? Yeah, we continue, yeah. They're working? Yeah, they're working. You feel any new news? No new news. Okay, let's continue. Out. And you're out.
So the first time he's diagnosing you, he changes your medication?
No. He's the one who the rehab was his.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, this is rehab. So he was looking after me in the rehab.
Okay.
So he continues the medication. But nowadays I don't know what I'm being given. I had not captured that journey yet of my medication. So what happens? My mom thinks he's not getting. He thought somebody would get in touch with my speaking up
therapy. Talk therapy.
So we decide to look for another doctor, and we find another elderly mzee who was a good mzee, a very good old man who apparently he was from all same village, and he knew my grandmother. So they were age mates. My grandmother at the time she was late, but he kept on telling me about your grandmother. My grandmother was my peer. We grew up together. So he'd give me stories, he'd be there to making me laugh, and now my mother got comfortable. So he diagnosed me immediately with schizophrenia, mild schizophrenia. And that's what we started the journey with that.
Did the medication change?
So he changed the medication, yes. Of course, yes, now he started with a medication which he thinks was appropriate for schizophrenic. And we started walking that journey. All the way from 97, 98, all the way he kept on. The new drugs come in the market, he tries them on me. They backfire.
So what happens when they backfire?
I start stammering. I remember that day I was at a relapse, and he gave me this new medicine, and when I went on to see him, and he gave me new medication. And when I went to stay with my brother, then I'm not sleeping. I'm feeling nauseated. Then my bro told me, hey, let's go try again. We could talk to the doctor. And when I got to the doctor, he's asking me, what's going on? How are you doing? Because he saw me. He used to see me from when the room is crowded. He calls me. Even when I've just entered, I skip the line because he loved me a lot. And he'd ask me, what's going on? How are you doing? So I start talking about how I'm stammering. Hey, he told me, come. Into the ER room, and immediately gave me a sleeping injection, and I fall asleep. I fell asleep, and he detoxed me. Then he told me, "Well, that was a close shave." Yeah. So he kept trying. He kept reducing dosage. He kept at it, but I would always relapse. I'd just go maybe like. I would relapse after 2 months, 3 months, and I relapse. a journey that was quite interesting. A place I remember even that time. Now there's a time I relapsed. That was the greatest relapse. I didn't know. I was out of my conscience was gone. My consciousness was gone. I remember taking my Bible to read. The word THE was a word, but I didn't know what it was. And I'll keep at that word there in the Bible. I'm just looking at there. It's a word, but to me it doesn't make sense. I remember that day they checked me in, and I was ministered into. I was given a shock treatment. It's called ECT, electrocution cathode treatment, something like that. They shocked my brain to jumpstart it. Yeah, I remember because I was nowhere. I was going, and they started my mind again, and now I started picking up things. I remember, yes, it was a traumatic time, but I went through it. We went through that kind of the doctor's treatment all the way to 20, when he passed on 2012, after my dad passed on 2011, he passed on the next, I think the following year. And then that's when I got an insurance cover, medical cover. And the panel took me back to my old doctor because it was in the panel. And I knew no other doctor. Now that's why I started going. The first day I appeared, I just came and told him, yeah, this has been my journey. Now I remember I saw him last 1997. Now we're 2012.
Yeah.
2012, how many years are those? So I've seen him again, and he's not even bringing up the story that I was once with him. But he tells me, oh yeah, hi Brian, how are you? So I tell him what's happening. I'm just coming for my medications. I've just come for a prescription, but I've been seeing the late doctor. He seems to know him. Then they're saying, this is what I gave him what he used to give me for my medication. That's for because you need a prescription to get my medication. So he does the same number of drugs, and I go for them. And I think I took those medication. We went and bought them, and then I remember I relapsed again. That time I had gotten married to 9. Then I was living with my wife. It became married to this marital conflicts and all that. So it was. I tend to any small what do you say? Stress. So those are they are catalysts. They cause us a relapse. Small stress. So if there's stress anywhere, that's one of is time to look out for a relapse.
So what do those relapse look like?
So this one now. So I change. At work, I change my workstation. I'm taken to the site. I used to work for a real estate company, and I was working in the office. That was my designation. I was part of the accountants, part of the administration, but now I was also in sales. So I remember that one of the sites, our sales rep left. So they told me I can go to that site. So I was taken to the site. Now I'm in a new site. The contractors are all there. There were indies and it's dusty, all that. So I remember I appeared. Then at home, things were happening. Relationship with my wife was very fast. She was very fast. It was very fast. It was, like how it was very intense because you see now like things like what would happen is that my wife was very outgoing, my late wife. So she was very outgoing. She would want to go from party to a party to a party to a party with her friends, alone with me. So the going with her friends and alone weighed me down. It was stressful for me. I should come late. That would not work best with me. So I didn't know that was what was the trigger. Remember, I just changed the workplace. Yeah. So that day my wife could tell I was not feeling well. I had gotten back into depression. So she takes me back to the doctor, this new doctor, to see what they'd say. And I remember when we got into the room and the doctor was, hey, tell me. This is the same doctor who's good at diagnosis. Tell me. And I'm like, oh, is it this windy? They don't forget. That place is dirty. He just looking at me. Then he told me, could you want to step out a bit? Then he's left with my wife. He told me I have to admit this guy. Yeah. And then something she was telling me, he was asking her. So yeah, she kept on staying with me because she felt I was a good person. That's what she told the doctor. The doctor was not mean. She really means what? They asked my wife, why do you stay with this guy? Then I said, well, he's a good guy. He's not done anything to hurt me. I don't think, I believe. And you know, when we were dating with with her, I had a relapse. Yeah, I had a relapse. So he tells her I must be admitted, and I'm admitted now. Not where I was. Same in his rehab, but now they had opened another better place, upmarket Bado, and I check in. And I remember. Are
you resistant?
No.
What are you saying when?
Nah. So you said, yeah, let's
okay.
Yeah, let's get admitted.
So you knew you had a problem.
Yes, I knew.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first night we were there, he changes the medication. And he didn't tell me. He told me you get an injection and some 2 tablets for the night. And he starts. 3 days later, he says, give me a review. And now he's asking, tell me again. I'm like, hey, there's nothing to say. Oh, so what's going on today? I think, it's been stressful at home. Yeah, my wife comes in the morning. I mean, she's out all night. It's not conducive. And he says, you see? And then there's a visiting doctor, what do they call them? This
interns.
Interns, yeah. You see? That's what he told her. See?
Now you're back to normal.
Yeah. Then he says, okay, let's go. These medicines are working. And I picked from there on to date.
Same medication.
But he lowered it to a very minimal, just a minimum. But an injection is a must, and also 2 tablets.
Yeah.
Easy, very good. And that's how I've been. Now, I think from that time, that was the only relapse I've had.
And the one when we met?
When we met, yeah. Now, with the medication, it's easy to manage. So what happens is, my brothers, my mother, and even yourself, I think so. For now, you guys know how, if there was any relapse, I don't have to have an admission. I can stay at home and just be given to, how to handle it. Because now the same thing that I get in a rehab, to me, I need more rest. I need to be, most of the times, asleep. Medication behavior on me, so I need to sleep. So, but I get that. As long as I get that, I don't need to go to rehab. So the last rehab I got after that was when now my wife passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or my 2021. I remember when my dad passed 2011, it was stressful, yes. It was a little bit stressful, but I held on. I managed to hold on. I didn't need to go to hospital.
How did you hold on? How did you handle that?
You just don't allow yourself to overthink.
Okay, so there's nothing extraordinary that was done?
No.
Okay.
Don't overthink. Make sure you don't involve yourself too much. With the planning, you just go along with the planning. Don't overwork. Don't be part of anything. Yeah. So
did you grieve?
Yes, I remember I grieved. The first day I heard the news, I really broke down. I really broke down, and I allowed myself to do that. I'm not one person who keeps away from. I can break down. Yeah, I weep aloud. So people hear, they know something has happened, and that is enough for me. Because I remember when going to the mortuary and seeing the body,
You didn't go?
I didn't cry. I went.
Oh, you went, but you didn't cry.
To the funeral, I did not cry. Yeah, it was not as much as I could tell. It was not as much as grief as when my twin brother died. So now because I touched my twin brother, my old doctor, the one who passed on, he introduced that subject to me, and he kept on telling me that subject. He told me, okay, listen, this is the story of Brian. Brian was a twin.
Yeah, that's
how he starts the session. Brian was a twin. And twins, if you look at even in Google, twins have one will there's a disorder mostly in twins. Yeah, there's a disorder that one of the twins is born with. So it tells me that was me. You were born with a disorder. Yeah, but you accelerated it in substance abuse. Okay, so it means even if it had not come out this time, if you didn't go through the substance abuse, you would have gone so well. But it's somewhere, and I
should have waited for a trigger.
And that's what I was reading on newspaper. The other time I remember I read a newspaper article where this guy was working so well at work until one day he got to his keypad, his typewriter, and he went to press a K, but he stuck there for 1 hour. That was his breakout. Saying, okay, this is a story somebody's giving about himself.
Yeah.
So he's telling me, yes, you had accelerated it, but somewhere in life it could have come out. So it's not something that was not there.
It was there.
He says, as a twin, I was born with it. Yeah.
And do you think even that factor, having been born with the possibility that was now triggered in your adulthood, do you think the loss of your twin also?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. My grief on my twin.
Yeah.
Well, I've never had such a grief. It was crazy. I mean, I think I got out of it. That was 1986.
He died in 1986.
I grieved him all the way to when the last time I had a breakthrough out of that thought. In the 20s. Yeah. Because it happened, the accident happened in an area, and whenever I pass that area, it happened. It triggers. I have to look back. I have to turn my head and just look at that area. The flash memory comes, just flashes, and I would talk about it everywhere I go. I remember I talked about it when I was in campus to my friends. I carried it all along, but I let it go very late in life. I said, okay, it has happened. Yeah, so I remember I used to have fantasies. I would think somebody should come. I used to think about him a lot, even in campus and all that. So yes, it was like I'd never grieved like that before. So even when it happened, my dad happened, and I burst out. That was enough. I felt it has gone away. I've done enough. Not forcing myself not to grieve, but I just found myself, it was not as heavy as my twin. Yeah. So even my late wife, I didn't grieve much, but I also remember I busted out, and that was it. Yeah, but I remember
relapsed.
But I remember also in the funeral, in the funeral area, during the funeral day, I really cried in the burial. Yeah, it was not easy. I relapsed. Did I relapse? I relapsed because I relapsed because there was so much stress was happening, including so many things that happened at home, and so the loss is not easy. I think I was also even fighting for custody of my son with the grandparents of my son. Not court-wise, but just family meetings, which I was not my family were not allowing me to join those meetings because it was stressful. So that happened because now they want to take my son. They're saying I can't have much the capacity of taking care of him. He was staying with the mother when we were separate, because we were separate with the mother before she passed on. So she was staying with him. So yes, that kicked in, and I had a relapse. The relapse that this time happened was a good relapse because now I had met you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was how long later? 2 years later.
2 years after her passing.
2 years after her passing, or slightly less than 2 years, because she passed in 2021 May, and we met in August
2023. Okay, we had met earlier, 2022. We had met earlier, but now we started like dating officially. 2023, July, August.
We got married in July 2023.
2022.
Yeah.
August.
Yeah.
July, August. There. Okay.
Yeah. So I think I'd met you. So that meeting you really made it easy. Because I was really had good feelings for you. So those feelings were very good, very therapeutic. I didn't mind that I have a relapse, but I know I have a girlfriend.
We're going to take a break, and I will come back and talk about how now I meet you and everything is okay until you relapse, and I'm like, ooh. So we're going to talk about, dating somebody who has a mental condition, and why I decided to go ahead. To get married to you, and how we are doing so far, and encourage people out there, don't be scared, don't be afraid. Maybe the person who is dating you, they're good, but maybe they have diabetics, they have an issue, but as long as it's manageable, I don't think it's a cause for alarm, unless you feel like it's not for you, it's not a cup for you. If you feel it's not your cup, then
be honest.
Just
don't
be
pretend.
honest. Don't pretend, and don't ghost them. Just be honest. Don't just run away. Don't ghost them because you have realized they have an issue. Be honest. Tell them, hey, I like you, I would want to be with you, but
it's too much.
Too much for me. I don't think I'm able to do this. So let's just close this chapter. So it's okay. It's okay to do that. So we close it there.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, let's take a break. Not a break. We'll see you next time. Remember to share, subscribe, comment, like.
Ring the bell, notification bell.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.